How was I guess your first experience like on the preseason game Monday night, kind of getting out running with these guys?
It was great, just to get out there, like kind of, we've been playing each other for the last couple of weeks, so it's always nice to go out there and get, play against somebody else, see where you're at, kind of, execute some of the things we've been working on the last couple of weeks. So I think it felt really good, and I think we did a good job for the first game.
Nick was just up here talking about how you've been asking a lot of questions. He kind of praised your basketball IQ and it's everything else. I guess like what kind of questions are you really trying to like really figure out the most and try to pinpoint as you move along?
I mean, it's a little bit of a different system. It's a different place. I'm just the type, I don't like to leave any stone unturned, and I know everybody's got their own style and their own principles. I just want to make sure I'm doing everything, as right as possible, as often as possible. So I'm just gonna ask you, I just ask a ton of questions just because I want to make sure that I'm as close to the same page they are this early on.
I mean, you've obviously played against Tyrese a lot in the past, but I mean, just being able to kind of see him up close and personal, that that couple of weeks, what's kind of stood out to you about his game?
Dog, he's a dog. He's consistent. He comes in every day. He works hard. I know he's a young guy, but obviously just signing a new contract, a lot of guys could, take their foot off the gas. I feel like he's probably put it on even more. And, he just dedicated to the craft and really good kid too. He just got a good head on his shoulders. Knows exactly what he wants, and you can tell he really wants to be great. So he's infectious to the group. I'm excited to play with him.
How has it been for you to be back on the floor with Kyle?
It's always good to be with Kyle. Kyle, that's like my big brother. I got so close with him so fast in Miami, and I'm fortunate enough to be on the same team as him again. And talking about IQ, he's got one of the best IQs in the game, and it's always a good thing when you have somebody like him on your team. So I'm glad to be back with him for sure.
There was a survey of NBA GMs that came out yesterday, and apparently some of them voted Kyle as a player who could make a good future head coach one day.
Yeah.
Could you see that?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I mean, he knows the game. He's like one of those dudes you think goes home and reads the handbook every day. Like he knows he knows every rule. He's telling refs the rules, coaches the rules, players the rules. So he knows the game inside and out. So he's just a good dude. Got good energy. And he's really personable to the team. So he's a great fit for us. I can really see him being a head coach for sure.
How has that familiarity helped when it's not just that you're new here, but like most of the team is new here?
Yeah. I mean, we've all crossed paths from one another, throughout the years. But kind of like you said, everybody's come from different backgrounds and different beginnings, and shoot, just a different in different teams just a couple months ago. So I think how quickly we've gelled and started to figure each other out is a really good sign this early. I know it's really early on, and there's a lot of steps to take in order to try to get to the ultimate goal. But I think guys are making the right strides, at a rapid pace.
On that same line, you have experience with Kelly Oubre. He calls himself the triplet.
Yeah.
How is it specifically with him? How's your chemistry building with him?
I think it's really good. I think one guy he'll really remind me of, especially in one of the zones that we'll play, is kind of Gabe Vincent. I had such a good chemistry with him, and I think me and him kind of perfected the top of the zone really fast. I feel like Kelly will kind of resemble a little bit of that. And I just saw based off the chemistry that we already have and the way that we're maneuvering with each other already at the top of the zone, kind of reminds me of that. So I definitely take a couple pages out of me and Gabe's book and start to try to implement that as much as possible. And he's asking a ton of questions too, just trying to get a feel for each other and see what works best for us. So I think that we're on the right track with that already.
Yeah, with the zone defense, I guess what's similar, what's different from Miami?
Can't tell you all that, you know what I mean? But I mean, there's a lot of similarities for sure. But I will say, at least here, obviously we're bigger. The zone is bigger. Probably a little bit, more athletic. We got just different pieces. The style is always going to be similar. You can't do anything too much different in the zone, but I just think, I think that we'll be able to cover a lot of ground, that's for sure.